Hi everyone, Assassin Gamer here and welcome to the upload. Today we're starting episode 5 of Space Engineers, the campaign Never Surrender with our quality of life mods. Now today we are going to address our power income, because right now we've only got our wind turbines, which is at the complete mercy of the weather. So, the plan for today is to build a solar array, because the sun rises from that general direction and sets over there. We also need to upgrade our Eurypterid and also create a power bank room, and if we have time, we should also make a hydrogen power room. So, first things first, we need to check what we have. Now, I did do a tiny bit of work off camera, just so we weren't doing trivial tasks. But it seems that I am going to have to go out for another mining run. What I'm going to do is we'll put the nickel in. So pretty much all I did was added 3 more basic refineries. I have a assembler there with 2 speed modules. We have another assembler here. And also we have the large industrial storage container. So, oops, apparently I can't fly and I tend to hurt myself. Anyway. So I think the first order of business is going to be upgrading our flyer. So there's a few things we need to do. First, we need to get rid of this survival kit, because we are at a stage where we no longer need to rely on stone. So that's going to have to get removed. And we also need to address a couple of problems. That is the amount of thrust and also our power on the Eurypterid. So what we're going to do, let me have a think here. Okay, so we're going to put a battery here. We're going to swap this out for the larger thruster. And then we're going to add some maneuvering thrusters on the sides, as well as a couple of stone dusters as well. So I am going to fast forward all that. So enjoy. Now, there is one problem with me removing that, and that is we no longer have a survival kit at all. So we need to very quickly just build one, so that way if we die, we're not going to be respawned elsewhere and lose what we've done on our Eurypterid. There we go. Crisis averted. So now, just need to get rid of this. And back to fast forwarding. Okay, so that is how it's going to look. So we got our 2 stone dusters, and we have extra thrusters in all directions, and the extra battery. So hopefully, along with the extra cargo container, we will be able to do a lot more mining. So I'm going to finish off this side. So here's the fast forwardings. Actually, you know what? I'm a little tired of constantly doing the welding, and as we can see, there are a lot of things that need to be welded. Now, I was given the suggestion to use the Nanobots Auto Repair and Construction mod, but it's not what I would call realistic. So what we're going to do instead is use the AI enabled to bring in a new player. I can't really say player, but a drone that will weld things up for us. So I just need that to be made. So you get 4 different types. You get scavenger bots, which is like a little dog if I remember correctly. You get your repair bot, a crew bot, and a combat bot. So at least you won't be, going into the battlefield alone. And before we can make those, we need to make a faction. So we're going to go with the Assassin Gamers Guild. And the tag will be AGG. Let's see what our icons are. Okay, I'm gonna have to just bring my own one later. But for now, we'll go with that one and go with a black background. Okay. Now that we have that, yes, automatically pull bot materials. Now, by default, each player is only allowed 2, although you are able to change those settings. So go with repair, we'll go with the drone, and let's build. And here it is, our little minion. Mechanical minion, I suppose, would be more appropriate. So you will be doing some welding jobs while I deal with this. Alright. Oh, thank you for your assistance. I guess there's not really much of a need for me to do any of the welding, but it does get the job done faster. Yep, beep 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 to you as well. Keep up the good work.
Energy low.
There we go. And with that, the upgrades are complete. So all I need now is some steel plates, so I can weld this little area up. If you're wondering why I'm welding just this part of the floor, it is to do with the large thruster here, because I suspect it's going to potentially cause some damage. So having them welded up will at least stop some more immediate explosions. Alright, so while our drone is busy doing its thing. Time for us to go and mine some iron. Definitely swapping out the atmospherics for the battery and the larger thruster was definitely the right call. Okay, so how are we looking? Stone is being removed at a good pace, that's good. Okay. Did my landing area sustain any damage? No. Okay. Was I incorrect about the atmospheric thrusters? Oh well. I'll take that as a good thing, but I will still keep an eye on it. Now, there is one thing I need to do, and that is install a programmable block. Because I do not want to constantly monitor the refineries and keep on telling it what to do. So hopefully this will be the last time I have to do so. Okay, now that we have this, it gives us a little bit more freedom and room to maneuver. All I need is the Izzy's inventory manager. Now you might have noticed that I have some new scripts, and you would be correct. I'll quickly show you. So that one's a new one, which is something I will check out in the testing grounds, along with some of the others that I've also found. So do look forward to that later on. So the only thing I need to change in here is this. There we go. And now the final thing I need to complete it is a LCD. So you're probably wondering, what am I going to do with this LCD? Well, first of all, I am going to rename it for auto crafting. And there it goes. So this is now our new production quota list. So let's see. So for steel plates, I want 300 of those. Small tubes will fit to 100. Power cells are fine, motors are fine. Metal grids I'll bump up along with the large tubes. Interior plates I'll put to 200 as well. And then construction comps and the computers I'll bump up to that. And now we get to see what has been placed into the production queue. And it will always prioritize the materials that we need the most. So I'm going to go for another quick iron run. So I will be right back. And welcome back. So we have another full load of iron, which I'm sure will make our little worker bot very happy. Okay, so there is damage happening, but just some, you know, paint damage from the looks of it. So our little bot, it will be able to fix that up without any issues in the future. So now that we have enough iron, we need to deal with our power now. Now, I'm not going to worry about building the solar array first because, well, the sun's basically gone. So what I am going to do is build, or at least get a start on, the power bank room. And we'll just place some here. Alright. So what I'm going to do, because time is not really on my side at the moment, is we'll quickly put the floor down for our power bank room. And look at our little minion working hard while we give it more work for it to complete. Now, if you're wondering what that little map symbol was about, it was just deciding where it was going to go. So what we will do is we'll put a wall like this, just so we have an idea of our working area. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so we'll have 4 rows of batteries. So basically it's going to be 1 there, a walkway, 2 here, a walkway, and then 5 batteries along here. And then it's pretty much a rinse and repeat. So let's give our worker bot something different to do. And that is to build that battery. Actually, you know what? Let's go with 2 batteries first up. And while that is being taken care of, let's figure out what we're going to do for the hydrogen room. So some of the things I need will be hydrogen engines, some tanks. I'll grab both just in case, because I don't know how I'm going to lay this out yet. And then I need my O2H2 Jennies, followed by some conveyors. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to have them as separate things just to make it a little bit easier. Okay. Alright. So let's think about the tank. So if we put one there and put one here, have a door in the middle. Okay, I have figured out how we are going to lay this out. So what we'll do is get rid of those, get rid of one here, and go all the way to here. All right. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to have a total of 6 O2H2 Jennies and 6 of the hydrogen engines. But I have a feeling I might actually need more O2H2s. So might put one in the middle between those. Okay. I feel like I have a plan of action. The only problem is connecting it to the rest of the grid. So as much as I don't really want to, I'm gonna have to go into here. Because once I finish this base, I want my conveyors to be as hidden as possible. Mainly because I like things being a little bit neat and tidy and not having conveyors all over the joint. I think our bot's trying to tell us to hurry up with working. I mean, I'm doing the best I can already. You just work too fast. Alright, so put you there. Put you there. It'll be a matter of 1, 2, and 3. And then for here, I'm gonna have to put this one like so. So put you there, and then I can put our curved one like so. Get rid of that one, and that was the only one. Okay. So for here, I'm going to have to put you there. And before I can do much of anything else, need to get those welded. Otherwise, we are going to have some problems. I can definitely say with confidence that the work is progressing a lot faster than I thought it would. Okay, we're almost done. as far as laying things out is concerned. Alright, so we need to grab some more steel plates. Because now what I need to do is place our O2H2s down like this. Now if you're curious as to why I'm putting it like this, the good thing with these is that there are... Oh, how did I do that? Okay, I have no idea how I did that, but anyways. But yeah, one of the good things is that there are conveyor ports along the bottom, so... actually, before I do that...
Inventory full.
Need to weld the floor. Alright, so put you there, put you there, put you there, and... put you there. Okay. And now the only things left to place are the hydrogen engines. Oh yeah, I also needed to put this here. Nah, this should be more than enough, surely. Now, before those engines kick in, need to turn them off and assign them to a group. Now, if you're wondering why, it is because I am going to create a switch, I guess you could say, to determine when the hydrogen engines are allowed to be turned on. There we go, now that's all lined up. Just need to get rid of those. And then put in a support beam there. Okay. This is starting to take shape very well. So, let's now set up those triggers. But first, just need to weld these ones up. There we go. So, in order to determine whether or not the hydrogen engines are to turn on, we need a couple of event controllers. So one there and one there. Now, the only thing I do not like about these event controllers is that they don't have a secondary event in it. Like, say you have all of this, and then, like, for our case, where we're going to say the... where are we? Stored power is equal or less than 5%, turn the hydrogen engines on, and then have another one where it's like the same thing, where it's going to be stored power equal or more than the threshold as like a middle ground. Because with this, if you have two actions, the moment it goes over 5%, it will trigger that second action. So it kind of makes it a bit of a pain when it comes to controlling the hydrogen engines as a backup. Which is why we need 2 of them. So I'll quickly rename them as base H2 engines off. And for this one, we are going to have it as stored power equal or greater than 25%. Now, the only reason why I'm not going the full 100 is because I want these hydrogen engines to only turn on as emergency power. So, with that being the case, oh, hang on, did I actually? Yeah, I did. I had them round the wrong way. Oh, good grief. Now, the only other thing we need to do with both of these, I kind of wish that you can just do both at the same time. It's the same with the conveyor sorters. But we need to turn this on, because if this is not turned on, if any battery meets the condition, it will turn it off. But with this on, all the batteries have to be below, or in our case, at 25% power to turn off the engines. I feel like I'm getting my words a bit muddled here, but anyways. So, now that we got these, the only thing we need to do is set up a action. So for this one, we are going to toggle them off. And for this one, we will toggle it on. So that's our hydrogen power room more or less situated. The only thing I need to do is go and mine a bunch of ice. So before I do that, I need to replace our lights that we took off earlier. So we'll put you there and there. Not exactly the most ideal place for them, but with that one in the middle, it should be alright. So we'll go to a radius of 500. Put the intensity to 2. And we should be good to go. I wasn't liking that weird sound. I just heard that douche, 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 douche. I know it's definitely not because we don't have enough power. So it might have been just the materials. Speaking of materials, how are we going on materials? Okay, that's not too bad. Still taking a lot, but that's just how it is, annoyingly. So, the only lights I need now are some for the sides. So we'll put one there, and one there. Oh, I just realized. I forgot to put the other thruster on full here. How dare I? Such blasphemy. Okay, now that we've sorted that out, it's time for us to go and mine for some ice. But these upgrades were definitely the right call. Alright, I'm gonna have to get these batteries recharged. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to put the refuel script on. With all those hydrogen engines, there shouldn't be any major issues. And as for where we're going to put it, we will put it right in here. Nice snug little spot for it. There you are. Perfect. So by right, you should all be on recharge, right? Yep. Okay, so how are we going on hydrogen, by the way? Pretty good. I am pleased. So how long is it going to take for those batteries to recharge? 15 minutes? That's not bad. Okay, well, this is going to be a little bit of a test. But let's turn those on and see what happens. They are recharging just very slowly. But you are definitely recharging a lot faster. Okay. Oh no. Ah, I see. So it's recharging slightly, but it's draining just as fast. What about these ones? Okay. Well, considering that these would need batteries, makes sense that they're going to take longer to recharge. So while that is happening, time for us to set up the solar array. So we're going to build it all the way over here. Alright, get rid of this offending tree. How dare you try and block my path. Alright, just a little bit more. That should do. Now, if you're wondering why I'm building all the way over here, it's because, one, I'm going to make it large, our solar array, and two, I am not sure in what direction my base expansion is going to go. So, what I will do, because depending on how I expand the base, I'll probably dig a underground tunnel and have a connection line through there. But the other reason too is because of where the sun rises, which is over in that general area. So here's the pop quiz for you once again. What does one need to create a solar array? And your time is up. So, what is needed? Oh, you need your rotors. You need your hinges. You obviously need all your solar panel parts. I mean, how else are you going to get power from the sun? We need a custom turret controller. We need a camera. And last but not least, we need our armor blocks. So I am going to do a jump cut as you've seen me build this before. So I will be right back. And welcome back. So our little worker drone has decided to give me a little bit of a helping hand, which is brilliant. Now you're probably thinking, yeah, it's good that you don't have to, do as much welding, but it's a bit slow. And I do agree, but honestly speaking, it doesn't bother me because it is essentially a mod that allows for a little bit of laziness. But if you need something urgently made, you'll have to do it yourself or get a atmospheric constructor. Which might be what I do next episode. Who knows? So now all I need is my custom turret controller. And then do some renamings and settings. So for you, you're going to be Solar Array 1 Custom Current Controller. And then for you, you'll be SA1 Hinge. And so on and so forth. Okay. So before we do the settings in the custom turret controller, need to turn on the inertia tensor and also the brakes. Because otherwise, we are going to have to deal with a rather major headache. Something I really do not want to have to deal with. And with that, it should be a moving. Yep, there it goes. Perfect. Well, I think I am going to call it a episode here. So what did we get done? We got started on our power bank room. We've also got our hydrogen power room, which is, from the looks of it, working away once again because our Eurypterid is draining power. And we've also got a start on our little server room here. And not to mention our little repair bot number, what's your number? 6695 is slowly putting together our solar array, which should be done by the time the sun rises. So next episode, we are going to get these 2 rooms enclosed. We're also going to build a proper storage and assembler room. And we're also going to get a proper industrial refinery. Because having these basic ones, they're alright, but they're slow and they don't give as much as a proper refinery would. So, thank you very much for watching. If you are not yet subscribed, please feel free to subscribe, like, dislike at your own leisure. Comments, feedback, suggestions are more than welcome down in the comments below. And if somebody wants to give our little worker bot a name, put that down in the comments below. I'm not sure if I can rename it after they've been made, but if I can't, I'll use that name for another one. So, until the next upload, this is Assassin Gamer signing off.